something surprising is happening in Southeast Asia. In the past year, an unexpected wave of ultra-wealthy Russians have been quietly moving their money and themselves into the Philippines. But why? Is it just tropical beaches or something far more strategic? They've been cut off from Europe, their yachts seized, their villas raided, their bank accounts frozen. In the West, they're outlaws. But halfway across the world, a tropical nation is quietly opening its doors. No sanctions, no frozen accounts, no awkward questions. From the bustling streets of Manila to the untouched white sands of Palawan, Russian billionaires are arriving in droves. They're buying up luxury condos in cash, building secret resorts on hidden islands, and investing millions into projects no one is talking about. Why the sudden rush to the Philippines? Is this just an escape from the cold, or a calculated move in a much bigger game? Since the war in Ukraine, the lives of Russia's richest have been turned upside down. Overnight, men who once held champagne parties on the French Riviera and parked their $300 million yachts in Monaco's harbors found themselves unwanted in Europe. Their bank accounts were frozen, private jets grounded, and their names splashed across international sanctions lists. For many, the message was clear. You're no longer welcome here. At first, some tried to lay low in Dubai, Turkey, or parts of Africa. But those safe havens quickly grew crowded, expensive, and heavily monitored. That's when a surprising alternative appeared on the radar: the Philippines. By late 2024, whispers started circulating in Manila's luxury property market. Russian buyers were back in the game, and they weren't just testing the waters, they were diving in headfirst. In Makati, the country's financial hub, real estate agents describe scenes they've never witnessed before. Penthouse suites overlooking Manila Bay were selling faster than they could be listed. Many of them bought sight unseen. Entire transactions were completed in days, with buyers wiring millions in cash to secure prime locations before anyone else could. The same story is unfolding in the islands. In Cebu, beachfront resorts that once catered to European backpackers are now under Russian ownership, transformed into ultra-exclusive retreats with helicopter pads and private security. In Boracay, discreet sales have transferred control of luxury villas from Western investors to Russian names rarely seen in tourist circles. And the investments don't stop at property. These billionaires are buying private marina slots for mega yachts, snapping up long-term leases on commercial spaces in Manila's business districts, and even purchasing uninhabited islands to develop as private sanctuaries. This isn't casual tourism, it's a carefully executed relocation strategy. A shift from being locked out of the West to being locked into a tropical nation that offers both safety and opportunity. So why the Philippines? The answer lies in a unique mix of legal loopholes, lifestyle perks, and strategic positioning. The biggest draw is the Special Investor's Resident Visa, a golden ticket that grants indefinite residency in exchange for a minimum $75,000 investment. For a billionaire, that amount is trivial, less than a luxury watch or a single night's tab at an exclusive club in Moscow. Yet it comes with powerful benefits: the ability to live in the country indefinitely, bring family members along, and operate businesses without many of the restrictions found elsewhere. The Philippines also offers something few Western nations do right now: no sanctions-related entry ban for Russians. While the EU, UK, and US have tightened their doors, Manila's immigration rules remain more welcoming, especially for those with deep pockets. English being widely spoken adds to the appeal. Business deals can be negotiated directly, without the need for translators. The cost of living is also dramatically lower than in London, Dubai, or Hong Kong, meaning that a fraction of their European spending can buy far more luxury here: private islands, sprawling villas, and entire business operations. There's another factor that money-savvy Russians can't ignore. The Philippines does not automatically share all foreign investment records with Western financial watchdogs. For some, that means their assets can be quietly relocated out of Europe's reach, parked in a jurisdiction that doesn't draw much global attention. And of course, there's the lifestyle: pristine beaches, world-class diving, golf courses, a vibrant nightlife, and a tropical climate year-round. For men and women who have been stripped of their playgrounds in France and Italy, the Philippines offers a new paradise, one that's open for business. While the image of Russian billionaires sipping cocktails on Boracay's beaches may seem harmless, analysts say there's a deeper play unfolding. These aren't just leisure trips. They're strategic moves designed to secure influence, safeguard wealth, and position assets for the long game. One of the most talked about areas is infrastructure investment. Several Russian-backed firms have quietly entered joint ventures with Philippine companies to build ports, warehouses, and logistics hubs. On paper, they're simply supporting trade. But critics note that some of these facilities are in locations with potential military or shipping significance, like deepwater ports that could handle large cargo or even naval vessels. Another area is energy. While most Western firms have pulled back from cooperating with Russian oil and gas companies due to sanctions, the Philippines remains open to foreign investment in certain energy projects. Industry insiders say Russian investors are exploring ventures in offshore gas fields, renewable energy farms, and even nuclear energy feasibility studies. These could give them a foothold in the country's long-term energy infrastructure. Then there's technology and cybersecurity. Reports from Manila's IT sector hint that Russian-backed startups are setting up operations, offering services from software development to advanced cybersecurity solutions. While these businesses may appear innocuous, tech experts warn that they could also act as data hubs or gateways for other forms of influence. Politically, the stakes are high. With the Philippines strategically located along major South China Sea shipping lanes and in the middle of U.S.-China tensions, Russian capital could eventually translate into political leverage. Some fear that the influx of billionaire money could sway local power players, shape media narratives, or influence policies in ways the public may never see. In short, this isn't just about escaping sanctions. It's about planting seeds, economic, political, and possibly even geopolitical, that could grow for decades. The Philippines sits in the heart of Asia-Pacific. From here, billionaires can reach Singapore, Hong Kong, or Dubai in just a few hours, business hubs that still welcome Russian capital. For the wealthy elite, this location is priceless. It gives them a central base to manage offshore companies, attend discreet business meetings, and move assets between Asia, the Middle East, and Africa, without setting foot in sanction-heavy Europe. And it's not just geography, it's connectivity. The Philippines is plugged into some of the world's fastest-growing trade routes, digital networks, and investment corridors. For a sanctioned billionaire, the Philippines offers three things: access, anonymity, and agility. The ability to move money and influence quickly without drawing too much attention. But this billionaire influx comes with a warning label. Property prices in Manila's high-end districts are already climbing, squeezing middle-class Filipinos out of the housing market. And while Russian investments may create jobs, they can also create dependency, where key sectors are quietly dominated by foreign capital. Then there's the question of oversight. If some of this wealth is tied to sanctioned oligarchs, how will that affect the Philippines' relationships with the US, EU, and its own allies? Could the country face diplomatic pressure to close its doors, or worse, end up in the crosshairs of global politics? The answer depends on how much control and transparency the government is willing to enforce. For now, the welcome mat is still out. But the bigger the influx, the greater the risk that paradise could become a geopolitical chessboard. In the end, the rush of Russian billionaires to the Philippines is more than a real estate story. It's the result of a perfect storm: sanctions pushing them out of the West, a welcoming investment climate drawing them in, and a tropical paradise offering both luxury and discretion. They're not just buying homes, they're buying influence. They're not just building resorts, they're embedding themselves into the country's economy, infrastructure, and future. For the Philippines, this wave of wealth could mean billions in fresh investments, jobs, and tourism revenue. But it also comes with risks: dependence on foreign capital, potential political influence, and quiet shifts in who really holds power behind the scenes. And that's the real question. Will the Philippines emerge as a global success story, powered by foreign money? Or will it wake up one day to realize that it has sold not just land and property, but pieces of its sovereignty? Either way, the game has already begun, and the billionaires are already here. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more interesting news.